Good evening, Spartan Nation. This is Spartan Grimlock here, and I'm bringing you all another review. Today, we're going to be taking ourselves a little look at the Godzilla movie monster series from Bandai. The first one we've got here is the Godzilla from the 2019 King of Monsters film. And I have to say, I definitely like this for a static figure. It has itself some very nice sculpting. It has some really good paint applications. I like the fact that Bandai took the time to make sure the teeth are actually painted separately. We've got this nice little metallic blue going through the back that extends just almost all the way down the tail, kind of reminiscent of his heat wave charging. But yeah, it is an interesting little figure. It was a nice little find. My wife and I were up in Pennsylvania and we came across them in Books a Million, and she picked up both these guys for me. I'm very appreciative of her. She has done a lot to help this channel out. But yeah, just to show little things, like he said, he's a static figure, but he can get like, he can move his arm. He's got a 360-degree motion in the arm, and he moves his leg. He's got a 360-degree motion in the leg. Like I said, it's a static figure. They're vinyls, and they're more meant for a display piece. But yeah, he's one of my favorite designs from the MonsterVerse movies. And then we've got our Final Wars Godzilla here, and he is pretty much my favorite design from the Millennium series. The 2004 film was a favorite of mine. It was literally almost kind of like a really weird Destroy All Monsters. I also kind of liked seeing this Godzilla kick the crap out of the 1998 Godzilla just because it was just a little cherry on top for me. Yeah. But anyway, just to get a little closer look at the figure, we've got some nice paint applications in the face. You can see his red eyes. It's a little bit of stray paint right here, but I'm not too concerned with that. His teeth are painted well. He's got a really nicely painted tongue, kind of a purplish pinkish color. His claws are painted just like the teeth. There's a little bit of misting in the fingers, but I'm not too concerned with that. This is a vinyl figure, and I still love it regardless of its little faults. That's why we have our figures, right? We love them for everything, including the faults. And then, of course, you have the nicely painted dorsal plates that go all the way down, and it just kind of ends right here at the end of the tail with that whitish gray color. But they're pretty neat, and he's got some articulation too. His arms have a swivel. His head can look side to side. It does have 360-degree motion, obviously. And then, of course, he has like the kicking, like on our King of the Monsters figure. Not too much to gush about over these, but they are pretty nice. I really like their detailing in there. This is very true to how the suit looked in the Final Wars movie, and I love the time that Bandai took to make sure that it was accurate in all aspects of that. And then this is close to what we had in the Godzilla 2019 film. Just to give you a little comparison, we do have our monster arts here. I do apologize for any of the camera shakes that we have. But as you can see, we have our monster arts Godzilla right here for the Final Wars. And the detail, there's not a whole lot difference between it other than the fact that this is an articulated figure and this is a static figure. But I think that they did a really good job. So if you can't find yourself buying this guy at the price that he probably is at now, which I don't know what his price is, this is a perfect replacement if you don't care if your figure has any kind of articulation whatsoever. I mean, this guy is literally going to run you about like $25, and it was at Books a Million. And if you join the Books a Million Club, you can like get a percentage off too. That's why we picked it up, because it was cheaper. And this guy's probably going to at least be like within the $100 range or possibly more. I'm not entirely sure. I know there was a reissue for this one, so he might not be that expensive. And then, of course, just to scooch you over to the side, my friend, we have our King of the Monsters SH Monster Arts just sitting right there, just to kind of give a comparison between him and his vinyl brethren. But yeah, paint application on this guy is pretty nice. The teeth on mine were not as bad as some of the people's teeth. I kind of wish we could have gotten something like this with the metallic nuclear blue, and I love the fact that they put it in the eye as well. It would have been a really neat effect for this, as I don't think we had a Spitfire version of the King of the Monsters one outside of, I think it was a Comic Con exclusive. I'm not entirely sure. If I'm wrong, by all means, please correct me down in the comments. But yeah, still, I am in love with these figures regardless of their articulation. I have been a fan of the Bandai vinyls for a while. That's how I got started in collecting Godzilla figures back in the 90s. I still have quite a few of them. My Godzilla Jr., my Burning Godzilla, who I love a lot. Unfortunately, they're in storage, and I'd like to get them in my collection. But yeah, so anyway, not a whole lot of thoughts that I can put out on here, except I think for the price point, they are worth adding to your collection if you are not looking to drop the money that Monster Arts asks for all your figures. But they are really nice. I think they're pretty cool, but I would love to know what you all think. I mean, is these something that you would like to actually add to your collection? Is it something you could see yourself displaying with your Monster Arts? Is it something you could see yourself displaying in any of your collection whatsoever? Please tell me down in the comments. And if you have any of them, let me know. Which ones do you have? Because I know when I was up there, there was a lot to choose from. I was really torn between getting this guy and then this guy, because they had the Gigan from the Final Wars movie, and the design of Gigan for that movie is like one of my all-time favorite Gigan designs, next to the 70s version. And then, of course, there was Kiryu, Burning Godzilla, and I think that was it. There might have been another Godzilla, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it was just these two Godzillas plus the Burning Godzilla, then it was the Kiryu and the Gigan. Either or, the wife said I could only pick two, so I had to go with the Godzillas. And 70 years of the big G, so you gotta celebrate the big G. But yeah, those are my final thoughts on that. I'd also like to know, I'm thinking about going back to my old display where you kind of can see my Godzilla figures in the background. And I'm wondering, do you all think I should go back to that setup? Do you like the setup that I've been doing for my reviews? Please tell me down in the comments below. I enjoy feedback. It's the only way that I'm going to be able to grow as a content creator, and it is literally the best way to reach out and find out what my community likes about my videos. And if there's things you don't like, let me know. Because, again, I love feedback. But I will let you all go for the night. I'm glad you all stopped by, took a chance on the video, took some time to watch it, and I will catch you all on the flip side.